Sahsouh here, and today I have the Q&A response. So like the answers to all your questions and all that. You see the hashtag in the comments. So let's get right into this. Alright, so the first question comes in from Monsky Gaming, and he asks how old am I, and I'm 16, and I was born on January 9, 2001. So yeah, thanks for that question, Monsky. Second question is from Son Hasbrown, and he says, how did you meet LEA, and how happy were you when he heard that he was on your account, that he was going to open your account? So I met LEA back in December of 2016, and it was the time of the LV8 releasing, so like I tweeted at him a picture of my Dark Matter LV8, and that was like 2 days after the release of the gun, so like I was really happy with that. And when he did it a second time, I was a little more excited because this time I had been like uploading a lot more consistently. I had been like 150 subs, so to me that was like really more exciting. Question comes from Darian Lin, and he says, for everyone, me and Saw go way back. My right hand man and Cotton always my closest friend. And he asks, what's your favorite game? And if you guys don't know, then like me and Darren, like it's true, we do go way back. And he's like the first person I played with AW, and my favorite game of like all time is like GTA 5 or GTA San Andreas, or if you're talking Call of Duty wise, Black Ops 3 for sure, because Black Ops 3 gives me opportunities just everywhere, every week to perform. Question coming in from Nathan, and he asks, can you start doing live streams with subscribers? And I actually, this weekend, I have a long weekend, so I have a 5-day weekend home alone, so I'm going to be streaming, uploading, everything like that. And I am going to be streaming with subs for sure. I might be doing like a 24-hour live stream as well. It's like working on DLC with Dark Matter with subscribers and all that. So yeah, check it out when does this happen. Alright, next question comes in from Nick Fletcher, and he asks, how are you such a god at COD? Well, I actually did play a lot, and before this, like, the start of BO3, I wasn't as good as I am now. Like, there's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about how good I was at the start of BO3, and I think I've gotten a lot better from the start, because now I have like 20 nuclears, or at least, 30 nuclears, where at the start, I didn't get one for like the first 3 or 4 months in the game. Next question is coming in from Felicity, and she says, hey Hassan, birthday congrats, 600 subs again, and I have several questions for you. And thanks for getting 600 subs. First question is like from Ali A. He says, how do you get so lucky from getting all these new guns? Second is from herself, and could you give tips to get better at BO3? And what's your best class setup arrangement? And when did you start playing BO3? Getting congrats on the subs, you deserve more actually. So thank you for that. And the first question, the one from Ali A, is how I get so lucky. I had 2k keys saved up, and I've always had good luck on BO3. For whatever reason, I've always had it. My friends always tell me I'm so lucky because we'll just be playing BO3 and I go open a random spot up and just get a deal open. Even if I already had it, I don't know, my account is just like blessed or something. And from herself, she says to get better at BO3, something that people don't really do or take advantage of is a bot system on BO3 or in COD in general. Just go into a game of custom games with some bots, turn off aim assist and stay at the same sensitivity, and just like go up to 100 kills. It improves your aim a lot. Even for me, I do it a lot. Like I do it once every week. And also like the controller settings. Like for me, I use Stick and Move 2.0. I don't use the default one, even though I have a default controller. It helps a lot more helpful. And the best class setup is like the Kuda submachine gun with like stock, fast mags, and quick draw. And perks, if you want to get a nuclear, but my best perk setup for you is Afterburner, Fast Hands, and Scavenger. And if you still have an extra spot, use Blast Suppressor as well. And when I started playing BO3, at 12 o'clock Eastern Time at November 6th, literally the night it came out. And I literally missed school the next day, so I didn't sleep for an entire weekend. I'm not kidding, I got 2 full procedures that first weekend. I was a slob to say that. He comes in from King the Monkey, and he asks face reveal. This is like a weird subject because I don't know how I'm gonna do this, if I want to do it. I don't even know if I want to do it, to be honest, because like maybe at 10k or something, with like subscribers, I'll do a face reveal. But for now, I think I'm just gonna keep doing my own thing without the face reveal, without doing face cams and all that stuff. But once I do a face reveal, I will be doing like face cam stuff, face cam gameplays and all that, for sure. Okay, next question is from Flivix PSN, and he asks, do you have any tips for leveling up fast? And also, let's play some time. My PSN is right there. And I would like to add you guys, but just most people, you know. But nonetheless, leveling up fast, just run like those score streaks like UAV, CUV, and Hater, because every team, like every kill your team gets, it's like an extra 10 points for you, the next extra XP for you. So yeah. The second to last question is coming in from Chris Waxter. He says, you're a sound guy, gave earlier your account for M16 gameplay. By the way, you're a lethal player, which I don't get what he means by lethal player, but for Q&A he asks, how old are you and where are you from? And again, I am 16 years old, and I'm like my ethnicity, I'm Arab, I'm Lebanese, but I live in Canada now. Last question coming in from Syndico. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong, I apologize. And he says, you're a very good player and you deserve more. Congrats on 700 subs. Thank you, Syndico. And he says, for Q&A, what's your first COD? My first COD was Black Ops 2, but I wasn't very involved. Like, I didn't watch any YouTube at all. I wasn't uploading. I wasn't that good at the big game. I didn't go like talk to other people and all that. I did my own thing solo. And like BO3 is like, alright, sorry, that's where I consider it my first COD, just because I played a lot competitive. I met a lot of friends. I joined a couple teams, and so overall it was just, I guess it's more of a first Call of Duty type thing. When Black Ops 2 wasn't really that much of a new Call of Duty, like the first Call of Duty to me. So I hope this kind of answers your questions, because it's kind of weird to me. Just for that. And if you guys could subscribe and like the video, I'd really appreciate it. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. This is crazy. I think I'm like, at this point, I'm like 100 subscribers off, or 150 subscribers off. This is crazy, yeah. And also,